take a look at Have a Drink on Me. So this one is in standard tuning. So Angus is going to start this one off, and then Malcolm's just going to come in building up on this A chord. And then we're going to play A, D to the C power chord. Then we're going to lift that first finger off that third fret on the A string, back onto that third fret to an A chord. Then we're going to come down here to the 5th fret. We're going to play this open A, and then we're going to fret the D, G, and B strings at the 5th fret. We're going to hit this, and then at the same time hammer on to that 6th fret on the G string. Then we're going to move to the 7th fret. We're going to bar those same strings, D, G, and B strings. We're going to have that open A in there, so we have this chord. So all together we're going to have. Then we're going to play this lick. Now, I believe Angus slides from 7 to 9 on the G string to start it off. I'm not sure if Malcolm does. I played it that way. So we'll just show you that way, but he might just start on the 9th fret. So we're going to start 7 to 9 on the G to 8 on the B string. Then we're going to pull off 7 to 5 on the G string to 7 on the D. So, and then 7, 5 on the G, 7 on the D to open A. So all together we have. Then we go back up to that chord at the 5th fret and we hammer on to that 6th fret on the G again. Now we're going to go to a D chord, and then we're going to grab this 3rd fret on the C, on the A string, which is that C note, and hit this to A, back to C, back to A. So that last part is. Okay, and then we repeat that. Then we get into the main groove. So for the main groove, we're just going to use this open A string just about the entire time. And then the D string on the 5th fret, D string on the 4th fret, D string on the 7th fret. And we're going to play this pattern. So we're going to get to that point. Then we're going to start adding some of these open chords in here. We're going to use A, G, and D. Now when we go to these open chords, what's important about this is we're actually striking these chords 3 times. So the strumming pattern is down, up, down real quick. So when we go to A, we'll do this. Then we're going to play D, F, and G. Alright, and then we repeat. And then we play the lick, and we do that one more time. Now, before we get into the second verse, we're going to play this same groove chords here, but we're going to play them a little bit different. We're going to let them ring out before we start the main groove again. So when we come out of that playing the licks, right, and then we get back into that main groove again. So let's take a look at the guitar solo. So as the solo starts, Malcolm's going to come up here to this E chord, or we're going to play E to A here. Now there's a couple of different ways this may be played. You kind of start with your E chord. Now I'm playing it like this. Of course you can play the E there and move your to A there as well. Nothing wrong with that. I'm just doing it like this. So anyway, so we're going to either go E to A, or we're going to go open E to A. So it's either going to be, or it's going to be like this. That sounds a little thicker, so maybe it's like that. And then we go from G to D, and then we're going to go back to E to A. And then we're going to grab that third fret on that E string, which is that G note. Now what's important about this, right before we get to this note here, is you want to go back to that E one last time before you grab this. So and then we go back to E to A, and then we're going to end up on this G chord. Alright, so of course that's G to D. You want to strum it like that. It's kind of a little choppy there. And then we end up on A. Then we're going to hit A 3 times. We're going to hit A 3 times one more again. And then we're going to hit A 3 times for the third time. But at this point, then we're going to start playing that A chord more. So the third time, we're going to do it like this. And then we're just going to go open to A to G to D. So coming off that A chord, we've got. And we're going to play that right up until the end. And then the end of the song is just A to D, and let it ring out. I'm just going to do that 3 times, and then the very end is going to be. And then it just ends on that A chord. So that's it for this one. We'll see you next time.